Isn't it funny, the way all things have their place in time? How, even if you know it not, every bird has a destination.
Every spider, a design.
And every human, a destiny.
This is no mistake.
We three fates swore solemn oath to measure,
to decree,
to decide.
and we dare not work alone.
We spinners turn fable to physical, designers of the fates maze. Picking gold from pestle can become a brief moment of victory. To choose pink from vermilion could change lawyer to punk. The paths are endless, and yet, either way, the life is and ends as it should.
And when the web is complete, it joins the story of all human destiny in its true form.
But don't think you mortals have a monopoly over struggle.
The spinner's task is tedious. It survives off of creativity, sucks it from the mind's source.
And leaves them weak, uncertain, unable to progress the web. This is no mistake.
Welcome.
Ellika, story spinner.
You have wandered into our light, which means you are lost.
My world crumbles. Mother fades. I'm sinking in my misery.
Hush now, dear Ellika. This means there's nothing for you to do. On the contrary, dear Ellika, we are here to help you.
But if it pleases my fates, I wish to explain with the story and creation of mine. I only wish to help you understand.
It pleases.
Down in the mortal realm, an artist was received. A sultan wanted a sculpture, so a sculpture he retrieved. One neat and spry and skillful, one who had never thieved, a carver who, through youth, chose stone to be cleaved. With papers shoved in hands, the sculptor was tasked a duty to see drawings of the people and to craft visions of beauty. In 3 years, the Sultan would return to see if truly he could succeed to make these faces not out of stone, but ruby. At first, it was so freeing to barely have to think at all, to crack a lavish ruby and to craft a gem-faced doll. But as months passed of endless work and fevered gall, he started to see issues, and his work came to a stall. His faces were all flawed. Crooked noses, crooked teeth, with odd smiles, useless eyes, and misery beneath. He grew to loathe all his life was, longed for his vigil wreath, and every strike brought another wound those jewels could not sheath. And yet, the ruby stones were hacked till his days were down to 4. His time was nearly over, and he simply just fell sore. The Sultan would arrive soon. This he could not ignore. And as the sun was rising, he burned to be no more. The sculptor glared ahead at his pile of jeweled heads. And in his mind, the chaos turned to madness made in reds. Within his ear, a shameful spider whispered through its threads. What art was never in those eyes? What ugliness he spreads. That's all there is.
A good tale, but that is not the end. Fearing the Sultan's wrath, the man fled into the street, and yes, he started sobbing, accepting his defeat. So convinced his world was vile, he would have never thought to meet all the faces he had carved on living flesh with lives so sweet.
And when he saw with his own eyes the people of the nation, bathed in sun and sugar, wrapped in anger and elation, he saw the drawings did no justice to their beautiful mutation. Every flaw he assumed to know became an unworthy damnation.
So when he returned, to his surprise, the carver did not bleed. Instead, the Sultan wailed with joy and knelt to thank and plead. And he wished to know what name to call it, but he had no name decreed. And so the sculptor thought, though the process tasted bitter, a taste he didn't know he'd need. It had grown on him in time, and so he called it Lemonseed.
The end.
Is it true?
Of course, there is beauty in all that has suffering. Your apathy is not the first to grow.
Whether a sultan, a sculptor, or a spinner, a flaw is not your foe.
This was just a reminder. You learned nothing you didn't already know.